जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
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 गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन।
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन।
यमुनातीरावनचारी।
तीरावनचारी।
यमुनातीरावनचारी।
यमुनातीरावनचारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
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 हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
जय राधा रस बिहारी राधा रस बिहारी श्री राधे।
जय राधा रस बिहारी राधा रस बिहारी श्री राधे।
प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद।
जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद।
गीताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल।
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल।
जय विष्णुपाद ब्रह्मंस परिविचार्य श्रोतर्षत श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेसेस भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ISKCON पिपड़ी फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की। श्री श्री राधा रास बिहारी भगवान की। श्री श्री सीता राम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जी की। श्री श्री गौरनिताय भगवान की। हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की। जय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to somebody. All glories to somebody. All glories to somebody. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Guru. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiraye नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः. Hare Krishna. So reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto number 1, chapter number 2, entitled as Divinity and Divine Service, and the text number 27. रजस्तमा प्रकृतया समशीला भजन्ति वै पितृभूत प्रजेशादीन् श्री ऐश्वर्य प्रजेप्सवः रजस्तमः प्रकृतया समशीला भजन्ति वै पितृभूत प्रजेशादीन् श्रीऐश्वर्य प्रजेप्सवः रजस्तमा प्रकृतया समशीला भजन्ति वै पितृभूत प्रजेशादीन् श्रीऐश्वर्य प्रजेप्सवः
रजस्तमा प्रकृतेय समशीला भजन्ति वै पितृभूत प्रजेशादीन् श्री ऐश्वर्य प्रजेप्सवः
रजस्तमं प्रकृतेया
समशीला भजन्ति वै पितृभूत प्रजेशादीन् श्री ऐश्वर्य प्रजेप्सवः रजस्तमा प्रकृतेय समशीला भजन्ति वै पितृभूत प्रजेशादीन् श्री ऐश्वर्य प्रजेप्सवः रजस्तमा प्रकृतया समशीला भजन्ति वै पितृभूत प्रजेशादीन् श्री ऐश्वर्य प्रजेप्सवः.
Word to word translation. Rajah, the mode of passion. Tamaha, the mode of ignorance. Prakritayah, of that mentality. Samashilah, of the same category. Bhajanti, do worship. Vai, actually. Pitri, the forefathers. Bhuta, other living beings. Prajesha Adin, controllers of cosmic administration. Shriya, enrichment. Aishwarya, wealth and power. Raja, progeny. Ipsavah, so desire. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Those who are in the mode of passion and ignorance worship the forefathers. Other living beings and the demigods who are in charge of cosmic activities, for they are urged by the desire to be materially benefited with women, wealth, power and progeny. एक दिन थोड़ा लेट आया है. Purport. There is no need to worship demigods of whatsoever category if one is serious about going back to Godhead. In the Bhagavad Gita 7.20 and 23, it is clearly said that those who are mad after material enjoyment approach the different demigods for temporary benefits, which are meant for men with a poor fund of knowledge. We should never desire to increase the depth of material enjoyment. Material enjoyment should be accepted only up to the point of bare necessities of life and not more or less than that. To accept more material enjoyment means to bind oneself more and more to the miseries of material existence. More wealth, more women, and false aristocracy are some of the demands of materially disposed man because he has no information of the benefit derived from Vishnu worship. By Vishnu worship, one can derive benefit in this life as well as life after death. Forgetting these principles, foolish people who are after more wealth, more wives, and more children worship various demigods. The aim of life is to end the miseries of life and not to increase them. For material enjoyment, there is no need to approach the demigod. The demigods are but servants of the Lord. As such, they are duty bound to supply necessities of life in the form of water, light, air, etc. One should work hard and worship the Supreme Lord by fruits of one's hard labor for existence, and that should be the motto of life. One should be careful to execute occupational service with faith in God in the proper way, and that will lead one gradually on the progressive march back to Godhead. Lord Krishna, when he was personally present at Brajadhan, stopped the worship of demigod Indra and advised the residents of Braja to worship by their business and to have faith in God. Worshipping the multi-demigods for material gain is practically a perversity of religion. This sort of religious activity has been condemned in the very beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam as Kaitava Dharma. There is only one religion in the world to be followed by one and all, and that is the Bhagavad Dharma, or the religion which teaches one to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead and no one else. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vishnavamscha Shri Rupam Swagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Manchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Vacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So I welcome all of you to the Srimad Bhagavatam class here at ISKCON Goregaon West. So my country is too tight, so when I speak, it gives a lot of trouble to me. Just making it too long right now, so that I will feel little bit comfortable while speaking. So, wonderful shloka. Previous verse also we have seen that Srimad Bhagavatam is condemning the worship of, not exactly condemning, but we can say condemning. It's a heavy word to say, but it's not much favorable. towards demigod worship. Because the problem with demigod worship and demigod worshippers is they mainly do this kind of a worship for the material benefit. Now, if somebody wants a material benefit or somebody is too much into material gains, then naturally what happens, just like there are the two tracks of railway, although uh, sorry, these two tracks of material enjoyment and spiritual advancement, they goes ill together. It's not like a train ki dono saath mein chalenge, dharma, kama, artha, moksha, everything will be together. I will enjoy also, simultaneously I will have Hare Krishna Mahamantra chanting and I will advance also. That cannot happen. That's, they go ill together. So person has to decide whether he wants to be materially benefited, materially comfortable, or otherwise he wants to or she wants to be spiritually advanced. Now if you see in the prayers of Kunti Maharani, in the same canto 7th chapter, Kunti Maharani will offer her prayers to Lord Krishna. Actually, it's 8th chapter. So 8th chapter Kunti Maharani says, Janma Aishwarya Shruti Shribhir Yedamana Mada Puman Nirvahatya Vidhatum Vai Tvam Akinchana Gochara. So what she says actually, Janma, high birth, in very aristocrated family. Aishwarya, too much of material opulence. Shruti, too much of intelligence. If somebody is much intelligent. Shri, Shri and Aishwarya, these are two same thing but can be categorized into two different things. Aishwarya means too much of material opulence, you have a lot of property and everything, and Shri means you have a lot of money, bank balance, or kind of a property with you. Okay, one Shri can be property and one Shri can be beauty, or you have a lot of attractive features. So that can also considered as a Aishwarya or Shri. So in this material world, if we see very carefully, those people have this material kind of opulences in their life. They're most of the time puffed up. They consider themselves to be anything I can buy by my opulence. Anything can be at my feet if I say so. Right? So whenever there is a lot of money, but people consider the other world to be my subservient. Whatever my demands are there, that should be fulfilled by other people. That is what the pride comes. And each and every demon also went through that. As soon as they got, before doing that austerities and getting the moon, they are like, oh Lord Brahma, oh Lord Shiva, you are the best among the all. Just you are the person who bestows all mercy. You are Ashitosh, you are creator, you are the destroyer, this and that. Nobody is higher to you. Of course, many times Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, they know that it's just a maska pav right now. Once the benediction is given to that particular person, they are like, oh, who is God? I am the only God, I am the only Lord. The Ravan also said, Ravan the one step ahead of everyone. He took the benediction from Lord Shiva and he evil-eyed on Mother Parvati. So the same person, same God or the person like Lord who you are worshipping, now you are having a eye on the property of that same Lord. So that's such a ghastly thing, right? So that's what happened with the material gains. Once person gets this material opulences in his or her life, they becomes materially puffed up, totally proud, अहंकारी बन जाते हैं जीवन में as soon as they get something. So that's why this material demigod worship has been condemned by Srimad Bhagavatam at the very first verse called as a Kaitava Dharma. Okay, that is not much recommended. Many times you will see that asuras, they go, they worship the Lord, they do a lot of tapasya, then demigod comes in front of them, ask me what do you want? And then he says, oh, I want amaratva. And then demigod says, I can't give that. Why you can't give that? Because I am the only person who is not amar. How can I offer that thing which is not with me? or I don't possess that thing, how can I give? Right? If I ask any one of you that please uh, to have a very nice our own center, we will require some 20 crores of rupees. Give it to me. How many of you will give? We don't have. We have some small amount which we can offer to the. Of course, anybody of you have, you are welcome. But still, if we don't have, we can't offer. I don't have a bank balance of crores of rupees. How can I give as a donation to that? Right? Even though it is for the Lord's service, whatever I have capacity, I will give that. Whether it is a 51 rupees, whether it is 101 rupees, or whether it is 1001 or 10,000. According to my capacity, I will offer. And if somebody is not on that platform, he will offer his physical service to the Lord. And for Lord, each and every service is same and equal. They are equally benefited, both of the people. Okay? Because that's why Lord is called as Bhavagrahi Janardana. Okay? So even though for the demigod somebody approaches that I want some kind of a material benefit, they have to give it. Just like if somebody comes to your shop and gives you this much money, I want this. Of course, if he has given you money, that is your duty to provide him whatever is required for the customer, right? So that's how the business runs. So similarly for the demigods, if somebody worships them nicely and somebody approaches them for the material benefit, they have to give. But in Lord's case, Lord is considered as Swarata, is independent. It is on his own will. If he wants to give you something, he will give you. If he doesn't want to give it to you, he will not give it to you. That's what the Lord. Now, this other people they approached demigod, they got their design fulfilled. Dhruva Maharaj approached Krishna, Lord Narayana. What happened? He got, by the way, he got. But Krishna fulfills that desire in such a way that enjoyment propensity of a living entity is provided by Lord Krishna in such a way that after that you don't want to enjoy it. Although, just like you want gulab jamuns to eat, but you have been given that gulab jam in such a way that even though those gulab jams are in front of you, you don't want to enjoy with them. And that's okay, I don't want this gulab jam. That's what happens in Krishna consciousness. This material propensity, even those enjoyment propensity are like a weeds in our heart. Whenever we do some kind of a jnana yoga, karma yoga, ashtanga yoga, that is like cutting and actually shaping those material desires according to whatever we require. But this bhakti yoga is like we are uprooting those desires and we want to throw that weeds out of our field of heart. So naturally what happens because of that, once you cut, only shape those desires, or if you try to cut from the upper side, again after some time they will grow. And you say, this process is not working, Prabhu, or it will not work because you are just cutting from the above ground. But once you start bhakti yoga practicing very sincerely, that's like an uprooting everything. That's why Srimad Bhagavatam says, Anartho Pashamam Sakshat Bhakti Yogam Adhokshaje Lokasya Ajanato Vidvans Chakre Satvata Samhita. This is the same shloka which we learned few shlokas back, right? Anartho Pashamam Sakshat Bhakti Yogam Adhokshaje. Once a person starts performing the devotional service, those anarthas, kama, krodha, mada, matsarya and brahm, all those just vanishes out. How many of us consider we have those anarthas? I have lust, I have anger, I have pride, greed, envy, illusion. Each and every one of us has that. How many of us consider that they are very dangerous for us? They are dangerous, right? Lust is dangerous. Just few days back I heard that there was a one person who is supposed to be the security agent for our whole nation. he found out to be in a honey trap with a Pakistani girl, and he has revealed many of our secrets to that Pakistani girl. She just allured him in her trap actually. It's so dangerous. Lust is so dangerous that you can compromise even your reputation, you can compromise your security, you can compromise your patriotism, you can compromise your character. So it is said, if Lakshmi or money has gone, nothing has gone. If family and relatives has gone, something has gone. But if character is gone, everything is gone. So that's why person has to be very careful what kind of a character I am developing. And for the development of character, the reading and hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam, book Bhagavatam, and association with person Bhagavatam is very important. That is the aspects and very crucial process of a devotional service. So here in purport, Srila Prabhupada, it's a very heavy purport actually. Prabhupada is just cutting out the whole deity worship and material enjoyment propensity. So what Srila Prabhupada is saying here right now, direct the first statement what Srila Prabhupada is saying. There is no need to worship demigods of whatsoever category if one is serious about going back to God. And if you are worshipping that any kind of a demigod, that means you are not sincere about going back home back to God. That's what a clear. That's why Vaishnava, although it is considered to be a very soft like a flower, very compassionate with heart, but whenever it comes to the principles of devotional service, he is like a hard like a vajra, thunderbolt, cutting. छिद्यन्ते हृदय ग्रंथि भिद्यन्ते सर्व समुचय क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि दुःख एवात्मनीश्वरे. Turan cutting out the notes, every notes in our heart. Whatever is there wrong, no, it's wrong. That's what called as a straightforward. Okay. So in Bhagavad Gita, it is clearly said, those who are mad after material enjoyment, they only approach a demigod. So you are going for any kind of a demigod, approaching any kind of course, see, suppose like Ganapati is there, or right now Devis are going on, we respect each and every demigod. They are higher living entities than us. Being a Vaishnava, we respect from Ant to Lord Brahma, each and every living entity we respect. Okay. Demigods are also very kind of respectful people and personalities for us. Because of them, this material world is going on. Lord Krishna has given us, given them the very crucial role so that living entities like us can perform devotional service in this on this material world. Okay, but worshipping the demigod, that is not what accepted by Vaishnavism. Worship is only with Supreme Personality of God. Now many times like Hanuman Jayanti is there, Hanumanji is not demigod, he is a pure devotee of the Lord. But like Ganesh Chaturthi is there. So during that time, okay, we worship them. But in what intentions and with what kind of a mentality we will worship them, or offering some kind of agarbatti or a dhupati to them, with what mentality? They are the Vaishnavas. Although they are not the pure devotees of the Lord, but still they are the Vaishnavas, they are the higher beings. So as a Vaishnava, vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo. With that mentality, we will offer obeisances to them. So we don't offer full prostrated obeisances to Lord Ganesha or other demigods, Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Vayu, like that. We offer Panchanga Dandava to them and we say this mantra to them, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha, right? And worshipping, we worship Krishna and Narayana as a Supreme Personality of Godhead. Others even, we generally don't go for the worship, but even if we have that kind of an occasion where we worship them. We worship them as a Vaishnava of the Lord. Okay, that is what it should be, the bhava. And what we should ask from the Lord, or Ganapati, devotional service. Oh Lord, you are a Vignaharta. You are a Vignaharta. So what kind of a Vigna you should take away from a Lord? See, my boss is very naughty, and he is very kind of a troublesome person for me. Kindly remove him from his post. Oh my Lord, my son is not getting bride. Please come, please give some nice bride to him. God, and there is a Vigna into that. Kanya dosha, this dosha, please remove. No. Being a Vaishnava, we ask from the Lord that whatever obstacles are coming in my path of devotional service, remove them. Or even if you don't remove them, give me the strength so that I can overpass them. Okay, that should be the prayer which we should offer to the demigods also. Okay, please make sure that I will continue my devotional service at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. This is what I want. I don't want anything else. That is what a pure prayer. And Lord Ganesha will be happy with that. Mother Parvati, Kali, Saraswati, all they will be very happy with this prayer, that somebody is trying his sincerity best to follow the path of devotional service. So, demigods generally has been approached by the living entities for the temporary benefits. No, Sukha Sampati Garave Kashta Mite Dhanaka स्वामी कष्ट मिटे तन का, क्योंकि मेरे लिए तन ही सब कुछ है, अपने आप को तो मैं आत्मा समझता नहीं. ओम जय जगदीश. That is what people consider body to be everything. इस दुनिया में आए तो ऐश कर लो, कैश कमाओ, ऐश करो. This is what a formula for the people, but they don't know that this body is so temporary that even if you try, how many years you will try to enjoy? Tell me. Right now somebody is at 18 year, 19 year old, he will enjoy till what time? Till 35. After that, वो बाल पकने लगेंगे, ये ऐसा नीचे चबी चबी चिक्स नीचे आने लगेंगे, and she will start looking old actually, and people will not get attracted. So kitna, at the most 20 years. And till that, the enjoyment of 20 years, what kind of a karmas you will gain in order to enjoy that particular mentality, and what the repercussions will happen to you and your future life, that you don't know. That is called as short-sightedness. Because Kali Yuga people, they are so manda, they are so less intelligent that they are short-sighted. They don't know, अरे नहीं अभी है ना, अभी मुझे enjoy करने दो, बाद का किसने देखा है. That is what short-sighted. Generally those people are very intelligent. They think for the long period of time. Many times people argue also, अरे कल का वो देखो जा, आज का जिंदगी का देखा, इतना दूर का किसने देखने पड़े. वाह. Why you have saving accounts? Because you want that your future should be nice. You can see for that long-sightedness, but you are not willing to see beyond your this particular human life. That means you are selective. That means you are having atheistic mentality. You just do for the ritual purpose, and you do it for the material enjoyment, and that is what the ultimate for. And that kind of people are considered as very less intelligent people. Those who approach demigods, those who worship the Pitrus for material gain, they are, according to Shastras, considered as a very less intelligent people. Okay. Now, material enjoyment should be accepted only up to the point of bare necessities of life, and not more or less than that. Food is required. So somebody will say, oh, see, you are saying you should not enjoy your senses, and you ISKCON people Having 56 bhogas every alternate week, this is what enjoyment is. अरे मिलता कितना है 56 भोगा में से? इतना इतना. We are not eating like old 56 bhogas plate is coming to me and I am eating that. You know, whatever bare necessity is there so that my soul can be inside my body and I can serve the Lord with my full physical strength and mental strength. That much I will eat. Sometimes I will get samosa, I will eat that. Sometimes I will get bhopada, I will eat that. What is the problem in that? No problem in that. Krishna is giving me whatever as a prasad coming into my plate without a second complaint. I will definitely eat it as a gratitude. Prasada. This Gauranga Prabhu says. Prasad means what? Prabhu ke sakshat darshan. That is what prasad is. How many of us consider the prasad whenever it comes into our plate? It's like Prabhu ke sakshat darshan. कितने लोगों को लगता है? Whenever there is a samosa, पेड़ा, रसगुल्ला, रसमलाई, संदेश, बर्फी, the pasandida sabzi of paneer, aloo, matar, all those we consider prasad waste नहीं होना चाहिए. दे दो, दे दो, दे दो, दे दो. And whenever there is करेला, भोपला, लौकी, okay ना? आप प्रसाद मुझे आप भी लीजिए ना थोड़ा सा सबके लिए प्रभु जी. That's how our mentality is. So even if it comes to the spiritual level, we most of the time see things according to our material perspective. Whatever I like, whatever my ruchi is there, I will see things and I will enjoy things according to that. So even after coming to devotional service, that enjoyment propensity will be there. Of course, it's not hard and fast. Ekdam we have to become a dry, no more material enjoyment. You should not eat this, you should not eat that also, you should not eat rasgulla, rasmalai, sandesh, barfi. No. When Krishna's name is Govinda, Govinda means what? He gives pleasure to the cows, as well as go means senses. He gives pleasure to the senses also. Whose senses? To his devotees' senses. So, Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. As devotee serves the Indriya of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in a reciprocation, his Indriyas also get satisfaction, his Indriyas also gets pleasure with purification. With purification. That's what the beauty of a devotional service. In any other kind of a service, if we try to enjoy, if you try to give pleasure to our senses, most of the time it bounds us into material world. But even after coming to devotional service, some kind of a pleasure is available for us. That pleasure will give purification. It will take us away from the material enjoyment. Okay? Then, next, to accept more material enjoyment means to bind oneself more and more to the miseries of material existence. So if a person has that mentality of material enjoyment, so he has that asha, he or she has that ichha, right? And problem happens that asha hi paramadukkhana. As soon as any unwanted or extra desire comes into our life, that leads to misery. I want to enjoy. What I want to enjoy? I want to eat dosa today. But our cook Jayanta Prabhu is making suran ka sabzi today. Then there will be misery for me. My God, he is making suran ka sabzi. I want dosa, right? So and whenever I am very much attached to, nahi aaj mujhe dosa chahiye. So what will happen? There will be sparks. अरे मुझे चाहिए था, मैंने बोला था, फिर भी तुमने बनाया नहीं. That's what a misery in our life. Whenever our any desire doesn't get fulfilled, we feel very much depressed, stressed, angry, frustrated. I wanted that person to be enjoyed by me. You know, मेरे अंदर क्या कमी थी? हाँ, इतना गोरा चिट्टा लंबा इंसान हूँ, इतना स्मार्ट बोलता हूँ, इतना अच्छा दिखता हूँ मैं करके, उस व्यक्ति के पास क्या? इतना सा छोटा सा नाटा सा है ना, आलू की तरह सब जगह से कूदते जा रहा है करके, उसके पास चली गई. and मेरे पास नहीं है ना? Why? I want to enjoy with that girl. I want to enjoy with that boy, but they are not giving any kind of a bhav. Then there will be frustration. ध्यायतो विषयं पुंसः संगस्तेषुपजायते संगात् संजायते काम कामात् क्रोधभिजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति. अरे वाह, जय वाह. He knows the shloka. Very nice. So that is what the whole process goes with. Whenever there is a desire to enjoy materially, we try to contemplate on that desirable object. Whenever I have a desire to enjoy with some kind of a mata, of course, I will not. If I want to enjoy with someone, I will not call him or her as a mata or a prabhu, definitely. If I have a desire to enjoy with that particular girl, the desire comes first, right? So, in this material world, there are the 3 steps with each and every activity. First, there will be desire. Then that desire will come in the form of words. And then the words will get converted into action. This is what the process is always. I have a desire to eat pani puri. So that is first, it will come into my mind or my heart. Then it will come into words. Are Prabhuji, please can we make pani puri? And then it will come into action. I will go to DMart, I will bring puris, and then we will make that pani and all those, and then we will eat. So this is what action, right? So first, desire or the thoughts. The second, words. And the third one is action. And whenever I have a desire to enjoy with some object, first I will contemplate on that object. सुहाना का मसाला अच्छा है या एवरेस्ट का मसाला अच्छा है? डीमार्ट का पानी पूरी अच्छा है या सेंट्रल मॉल का पानी पूरी अच्छा है या किसी लोकल शॉप से लेके मैं आऊँ? दिस इज व्हाट अ कॉन्टेम्पलेशन. ध्यायतो विषयं पुंसः संगस्तेषुपजायते. वो एंजॉयमेंट प्रोपेंसिटी बढ़ जाता है, यू नो, दैट इंटेंसिटी बिकम्स मोर. नहीं नहीं नहीं, आई वांट टू एंजॉय विद दैट. कहाँ है पानी पूरी, अरे ये शॉप वो शॉप. दैट इज व्हाट संगस्तेषुपजायते. आई वांट टू एसोसिएट विद दैट पर्टिकुलर ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ एंजॉयमेंट. संगात संजायते काम. काम means uncontrolled desire कि no, I want, today we have to do it somehow or other. संगात संजायते काम. काम means doesn't mean only lust. काम means enjoying propensity. काम can happen with a person. काम can happen for circumstances. काम can happen for the place. काम can happen for a situation. Any person. Okay. संगात संजायते काम. कामात् क्रोध विजायते. If that kama, if that enjoyment propensity gets fulfilled, it becomes greed, lobha. Yesterday we heard about lobha, right? And if it doesn't get fulfilled, it becomes krodha, anger. मुझे enjoy करना था फिर भी मुझे मिला नहीं. ये कुक प्रभु कुछ करते नहीं, भोपड़ा छोड़ के इनको कुछ आता नहीं, you know, like that. That's what happened. कामात् क्रोध विजायते. By the way, उनको सब्जी ला के देने वाला नहीं है वो. कामात् क्रोध विजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः. And when that क्रोध goes to its upper limit, it's सम्मोह. पता नहीं चलता what I am thinking, what I am doing, what I am speaking to any person. Never. That thought process gets stopped. That सत्सत विवेक with this stops. कामात् क्रोध विजायते. क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः. सम्मोहात् स्मृति विभ्रमः. कि whatever my intelligence is there, that gets corrupted. श्रुति वंशात् बुद्धि नाशो. The entire whatever you have accumulated, whatever the scriptural understanding, common senses are there, they just finishes off. You goes into completely illusory state because वो इतना हावी हो जाता है that enjoyment propensity. And once बुद्धि नाश हो गया तो बुद्धि नाशात pranashyati. You are completely doomed. So that's why material enjoyment is not good, and this specifically material enjoyment propensity is for the less intelligent people, or those who are into material enjoyment, they are less intelligent people. So that's why demigod worship is not much recommended by Srimad Bhagavatam, and not perfectly recommended for those people who are very serious in order to worship Lord Krishna, follow Vaishnavism, and going back home back to God. So this is what I wanted to share with all of you for today. Our time is up. So we will meet tomorrow, same time, same place, with next verse. The very beautiful verses, two verses next. Till that time, wait.
So in context to this particular reference, for example, if we have any goal or
If you have
any goal,
goal,
for example,
material goal,
if you want to study something, if we are aiming for some particular course and we are like chasing it, we are trying all the possible options and all. So is that as well considered as
no, when we are there in this material world, and actually in order to stay in this material world, we should have basic requirements like education, basic kind of a salary, basic kind of a job, a home, and eatables and everything. And for that purpose, if we are getting some nice facility, then that's nice. If you are chasing a particular goal that I want to study this particular course so that I will get promoted to the next level, that's okay. Material goals are there, that's okay, but only we should understand they are temporary and they should be chased without compromise on the spiritual goals. In order to chase the material goals, our spiritual ultimate goal should not be compromised. Then and then only that material goal is nice. I want to have this particular course and that particular job, but that particular job is taking 18 hours, and after that I have only 1 or 2 hours to eat and sleep. And where Prabhuji, I don't have time to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra or come for the spiritual classes. Give up that job and do something nicer and more into whichever is giving you little bit time for the spiritual life. Because ultimately the money will not come with you. Whatever will come with you is the holy name and the holy katha of the Lord. After giving up this body, right? खाली हाथ आए थे हम खाली हाथ जाएंगे, बस हरे कृष्णा के 2 मीठे बोल गिलगिलाएंगे. तो बस कर, क्योंकि इस दुनिया से पार